that is a fun time. And what else? My name is Lee. Let's see what we got here. We go to here. Welcome. My name is Lee, and today is Friday. So, usually, for those of you who follow the channel regularly, on Fridays is generally kind of a vibe chill day. We don't really have much of an agenda on Fridays, and I try to, random cool stuff that I've procured over the, years of backing cool tabletop RPG products that I like the fact that they exist, so I forget that, that was a thing that I was supposed to do and I didn't do it. Okay. Give me a minute to do a thing. And let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do that. Okay, that was fun. Sorry, bit of a mix-up. Welcome. In any case, I know I started a little late. Let me get to, Fun Friday vibes. Wants to come hang out. Yes, I know I'm everyoneing. That's the point. They asked me if I wanted to actually at everyone, and I need to actually write my schedule ahead of time. But so Friday was the usual. Let's go to Creeps, and we'll put it on that one. And you know how it is. We'll put the Twitch, yep. So that's fun. I got that going. In the meantime, we have a viewer too. Welcome. So as you guys know, I'm also eating on stream because I always eat on stream because eating is hard. And hi, good morning. Welcome. I am doing a random stream today. Let's see what we got. My plan was, usually on Fridays I could do Brancalonia again. That's actually really fun. Brancalonia is awesome. And then, of course, because I'm saving that for Sunday. Let's do, because we're actually doing this. Could keep going with, hang on, let me go to downloads. Cool stuff. Basically, I have a whole list of cool stuff I've downloaded over the course of, yeah. So we could do let's see. Got Tales of Arcana, we got Thirsty Sword Lesbians, we got you know what? We're gonna do something a little radical. We're gonna bust out Thirsty Sword Lesbians because I didn't get a chance to do it, and I'm kind of up for it. Let's bust out Thirsty Sword Lesbians if you guys are up for that. Let's do it. Let's see. We got Yes, yep, this one. The big one. And we do have it. Good. And then what I can do is go to here and tweakity tweak with the boom. There we go. Now we have that. Thirsty Sword Lesbians. Let's do it. We can do something completely cool and random. Let me also bring up notepads so we can take notes. And let's see what we got for... So Thirsty Sword Lesbians is generally awesome. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's just the coolest. Let me read the introduction because it's just... Ooh, that's a cool flag. Thirsty Sword Lesbians battle a tyrannical ruler when her enforcers march down from the frosty north. They rocket through the stars to safeguard diplomats ending a generations-old conflict. They sip tea together and share shy glances at a corner cafe until they need to take up their swords to defend their community. Even in conflict, they seek peace with their opponents and sometimes connect more deeply than anyone expects. Your Thirsty Sword Lesbians may be fantasy heroes or may inhabit a galaxy of laser swords and starships. Anywhere that swords cross and hearts race, Thirsty Sword Lesbians are there. A sword duel can end in kissing, a witch can gain her power by helping others find love, and an entire campaign can be built around wandering matchmakers flying from planet to planet. Whether it's an entire planet, a knightly order, or just one coven to which the protagonists belong, they are a part of a community that embodies important ideals worth fighting for, even as you strive to make it better. Misogyny, transphobia, racism, and other forms of bigotry are not the norm here, though they may be the norm elsewhere if your players wish to confront these issues. Thirsty Sword Lesbian, you can change the world for the better by acting with integrity and compassion. Fight when something's worth fighting for. Redeem or seduce adversaries. Make out, dance, carouse. Solve problems with courage, wit, and style. Deliver zingers and bon mots. Make lasting friends and enemies. Ready? Let's go. Sorry, that's really fun. I love to read it out loud. And let's see if we have a... Because I could just read the whole book, which we did before, and it's quite a time. So we have settings and adventures. And... Ooh. So they have fun, some fun ones. So, collaborative world building, which is my favorite thing in the whole wide world, which is why I run streams like this. And we have setting guides. And then we have a bunch of ones. We actually worked on the Violette Dangereux. We had Ainsley, Captain Ainsley of the, what was the one that they were the captain of? This ship that the captain, that they were captain of the... We had a whole backup, and we never typed it up. Because, also my stream notebook is conspicuously absent, which is not good, because there's a lot of stuff in there that hasn't gotten typed up yet. So, we are working on that. In the meantime... This is this notebook that got, actually, that one, the back one fell off, but it is not the stream notebook. It is a completely separate notebook with the, no, thought maybe it was in this bag, but no, nope, not in there. Okay, we'll find it eventually. In the meantime, why don't we... hang on a sec. No, it's not there either. Thought I'd check. Oh, that's good to know. This is good to have, but not what we were looking for. And, oh yeah, no, it's not. It's there. Okay. We have, a lot of things that are not the stream notebook. But it's okay. We will manage without, as we usually do. That's partly why I like taking notes on the computer, because it's less likely to get lost in the shuffle. But, on the other hand, it's also more likely to crash and burn electronically. So, you know. Yeah, no, it's a bit of basic. Here, I'll put these here. Oh, nope. That's where that went. I do prefer taking notes when I'm DMing on paper, which I should type those up eventually, but that's for another day. Right now we are one line. No. Okay, we'll figure it out soon. I'll find it eventually. In the meantime, so we don't have our notes on Ainsley, but we can create new cool stuff and actually take notes over the PC, so I have them, access to them. Let's go to page 109 and we'll do some fun setting building, character creation, something fun. Because character creation and setting building is always awesome. Let's do this the faster way. Boom. The setting and premise of your game of Thirsty Sword Lesbians may be very different from someone else's game. The system is intentionally flexible. What matters are the feelings and the relationships between the characters, and those can occur in a wide range of settings. Take the premise of any story with swords and run with it. Run it with Thirsty Sword Lesbians, and you get a slash-fic style version of the original, meaning more melodrama, more kissing, more gayness. If you ever shouted at a show to make it gay, you cowards, this game is here to help. Are you a fan of samurai dramas, Highlander, wuxia, I believe is how that's pronounced, novels and films, Arthurian legend, lightsaber duels? Any of these can be the touchstones for a game of Thirsty Sword Lesbians. Sounds fair. This is not to say that you can uncritically import settings that marginalize gay identities, but the framework of the game will help you analyze and critique them. In much of the media celebrated under racist patriarchy, authorities are going to be the toxic powers. You may need to invent the community that nurtures the PCs within the setting you have chosen. Of course, we have a long tradition of transforming mass media to tell our stories. Oh, there's a long tradition of flashback. This chapter includes settings you can use for your stories and specific scenario ideas to get the adventure started. Visit swordlesbians.com for additional settings and adventures. Ooh, there's more. World Building Worksheet includes prompts to build a scenario from scratch, but you can also start with a pre-written scenario or a brief pitch for a scenario you'd like to flesh out together. One trick for coming up with creative ideas and avoiding tired tropes is to reject your first few ideas. If you're brainstorming as a group, it's best to instruct each participant to do this for themselves rather than shooting down the first few ideas to be voiced. The world building worksheet can be overkill for a game that only lasts a single session. The GM should feel free to do more world building and planning and present their scenario for the players, particularly in a one-shot game. So the GM can world build, but it's nice to have help, and it's nice when your players step up and suggest stuff. The following settings are tailor-made for Thirsty Sword Lesbians to dive into heroics and angst. In a far-off galaxy, Sword Lesbians of the Haven rocket through the stars to make contact with new societies, render aid where it is welcome, and oppose the conquering legions of the Void Empress. Oppose the Empire and seek out community on a galactic scale. The Star-Crossed Galaxy is a space opera that reimagines pulp sci-fi to celebrate gay love and power. Alright. In a coffee shop on the border between two worlds, Sword Lesbians sip hot beverages, fight gentrification, guard the precious foxhole woods from deadly cishet incursions. Lesbians Coffee House balances high fantasy sensibility with stories set in the metropolis of your choice, with a focus on celebrating the magic of cozy gay love. Oh. In a world that never sees the sun, neon lights cut through the hearts and souls of revolutionaries. In the pouring rain, light cycles race through narrow alleys, chasing down fragile hope. Can we honor fallen comrades and tear down the megacorp? Will we free Neon City 2099 from greed and corruption? When the avatars are activated and systems of power are hacked, neon swords come to life. Also, if this is boring, we can totally switch gears. It's Friday, which means we could totally switch to, say, Brancalonia and medieval Italian shenanigans. Or, anything. But this is fun. We could also set Brancalonia as a Thirsty Sword Lesbians setting. Like, we could do that. That is a thing we could do. It's a little ambitious for today, I think. But I do also actually have tea. So, always good. Tea with milk and sugar, but also cold. Because, I'm weird like that. I should probably do a thing. We could, of course, pick one of the settings and which is you know. Oh, it's doing. Okay, there we go. We're good. Okay. We actually did. All right. It might just be a cozy small stream today, but that's okay. Anyway, no, that's fair. You don't actually have to respond in chat. I'm glad you like Thirsty Sword Lesbians, though. Yeah, I got it. Actually, I'll put a link to it. That's what I'll do. I'll find it for you. It's a... Yeah, I was one of 8,152 people to back the, Ooh, there's the Advanced Lovers and Lesbian... Oh, and it's only $40 for the book, too. Alright, hang on, let me... do this. Very quickly. I put it on the Discord. The... Actually... Yes. There we go. Thirsty Sword Lesbians. A link to go buy it from the, which is very cool. I might have to get the Advanced Lovers and Lesbians, though. That might be part of my next... No, we'll see how, you know, life plays out. I have to get my computer fixed and rent and stuff, but, you know, I'm definitely thinking about getting it. Sword lesbians of the three orders of Ardor are sex workers and exotic dancers who are also holy warriors. They wear their battle scars with pride, and clothing removal is their metaphor for safe vulnerability. Sex work has not only been legalized, but is considered a sacred profession. Huh. That's actually kind of cool. I mean, down a glass of champagne, steal a Zeppelin, and turn up the heat in After Hours Club while you swap poetry and dissidence as a member of Le Violet Dangereux. Ainsley was a member of this. A group of revolutionary artists who give new meaning to the penny is mightier than the sword. In the Usia Revolution, you live in a utopia where everyone can be who they are and no one is anyone's boss. The island of Usia is a collective of refugees and indigenous. You all must protect your home from colonial and imperial forces using your charm, your wit, and your sword. Oh yeah, you also have the world's first airship, so that will help too. The monsters are your friends, the states are your enemies, and you've got a buttload of radical sapphic love on your side. Ooh, so we got some fun... Let's see what we got. Okay, so we got... Let's go... Let's start with the Starcross Galaxy. Start with first, because last time we did Violet Dangereux, or last time I was streaming. In a far-off galaxy, sword lesbians of the Haven rocket through stars to make contact with new societies, to render aid where it is welcome, and to oppose the conquering legions of the Void Empress. Oppose the Empire and seek out community on a galactic scale. The Starcross Galaxy is a space opera that reimagines pulp sci-fi to gay love and power. Hop into your space whale with your chosen family and investigate a magic vortex to another realm. Cross swords with the legions on a galactic livestream when they raid your underground talk show. Ooh. Fall in love with a gay spaceship. One motif of Starcross is putting familiar situations in a completely alien context and exploring how context inspires you to imagine new possibilities. Space is vast and full of possibility. Connect with your community or pine longingly across the parsecs. Meet people who live in a way you never imagined and wonder why you do things the way you do, if it's a habit or intention that structures your life. Very much. Angsig, hi! Welcome. I mean, okay, to be fair, it is not thirsty sword... okay, Renthok is not thirsty sword lesbians in space. Renthok is a dangerous place full of toxic gender roles and ugly capitalism gone amok, and it's not designed to be utopia. It is designed to be miserable. It's just designed to be miserable with women in charge. And yeah, basically it's just reverse all the ugly toxic gender roles and, you know, keep all the ugliness and the toxicness and the misery, you know? That was my goal with Renthok. But it is a fun setting. But it's not fun in the way Thirsty Sword Lesbians is fun, because Thirsty Sword Lesbians is fun in the way of making the world better. Renthok is just terrible, but in a different way. Also, hi, welcome to the stream. I will promise I will at least get Valdez. That's gonna be a fun time. He's gonna have to like panic about G. He's like, did I push too far? Did I go too far? But he's also very protective, and Valdez is so emotionally distraught, and I love it. But it makes sense because he was traumatized by the war. Sorry, this is a gay boy in a totally different setting, which also features a lot of radical sapphic love, if I remember correctly, or at least a lot of women who wield swords and are sexually involved with each other. So, you know. I know, and he does not like that. He's nervous about that. We'll see how it plays out. I will write more on that today, I promise. I have to go to work. I work at 5:45, which means I could try catching the 5 o'clock, but if it doesn't come, which it might not, I'll be late, and it's a hot mess. We'll see. Thirsty Sword Lesbians shine when you tell stories centered on people you can talk to, flirt with, try to understand, and duel. One of the sides of this is being generous with information. There are no mechanics for how well you can scan a space anomaly and understand the physics or magic behind it. GM should just tell you something interesting or actionable information about it. No cheese. It was just bacon, lettuce, and mustard. Not even any tomato. Burger with bacon, lettuce, mustard. I remember this because there was like no tomato and no cheese, which were the two best parts. But bacon is the best part anyway, though, so... And he's pathetically grateful for actual food because he actually has had nothing but a granola bar and a bottle of water for all day, essentially. That's true. They're like the easiest thing to grow in a greenhouse. It's like they just kind of, like, at least, you know, they're not that hard to grow. I would imagine that Corin's and Marquesa's little garden thing has tomatoes, unless it's one of those weird things where it's just hard. Of course they do. But, yeah. No, Valdez also grew up in Spain, and yeah, there were tomatoes everywhere. He probably picked them himself out of the garden for salads to make, you know, to feed his beloved creator, and he has probably romantic memories involving tomatoes and stuff. It's like a whole thing. Yes. The other side is to get people involved. Maybe the space anomaly heralds a confused time traveler. There's been so many continuities they can't keep them straight. Or maybe a scientist is deeply invested in getting credit for the discovery, or the Legion wants to harness it against a nearby world. That's true. But they can grow they also have perfectly controlled underground climates that can mimic any temperature they want. So, which Matthias is very interested in, because he's had to grow basically just manually grow food, and that can get ugly if you have too much rain or too little rain or a lot of things. Okay, she's hot. Just saying, like, she is, dang. Like, look at that. Look at the curves. Just gaze upon this woman and tell me she's not hot. I mean, she's kind of hot too, but like, or this person. I don't know if they might use them, but like, gaze upon this person and tell me they are not sexy and gorgeous. Sorry. I'm getting very distracted. I'm supposed to be talking about space lesbians, not Valdez and yeah, I'm supposed to be doing space lesbians. Like that gorgeous person right there. And the orange, like, dang. You know, I'm sure she's like the captain or something, so, you know. But, dang. Sorry. The Haven Cooperative is a union of 7 star systems with dozens of species and hundreds of cultures. Okay, hang on. How many dozens of species? Do they mean sentient species? Because how many can evolve per planet? Usually a planet's limited to, like, 1 or 2. I mean, Earth only's got maybe 3. 2 of them are aquatic, and, then all the others are just variants on humanity that kind of split, you know? Like, maybe Neanderthals still, you know, they interbred with regular, you know, with Homo sapiens and just kind of blopped into the population. That's what happened, you know? They just interbred and, you know, they didn't, you know, they kind of merged. So it's not like you can't really support a whole lot over 7 star systems. The most, you know, the most they could have is 2 each, maybe. And that's assuming the octopus are sentient, which are, that's a whole other argument. The octopus and dolphin, which are the 2 closest. Like, some of the other ones on Earth come close, but that's assuming that whoever they didn't go extinct over years. Dozens implies at least 24, which is over 7. That's 3 a pop. That's more than 3 a pop. That's and that's assuming 1 habitable planet per system, right? So, okay, 1 habitable planet per system. If there were 2 habitable planets per system, might be a little more spread out, but that's a big if. Most planets don't even have 1, or most systems don't even have 1. Earth is unique in that. I mean, Mars used to be, so I guess you could argue 2 or 3, maybe, but, you know, it's a lot. It is. Unless a bunch of them are refugee cultures from other places that have moved in and settled, which is, you know, what it is. That's a whole thing. And that, don't tell me that didn't get kind of ugly, because refugee crises always get ugly, and they're never smooth and orderly, as you like them to be. Even when the host nation is chill, mostly chill, which a lot of them aren't, or if they are, the people there sometimes aren't, and there's a whole, yeah. Alright. You can devise a smaller community within Haven, especially if you're interested in exploring conflict within this utopian realm. Because, yeah, I would imagine there's got to be at least some conflict. The antithesis of Haven is the Void Legion, an authoritarian and exploitative power that desires domination over the galaxy. The Empress is popular in the Imperial Corps, and she uses her might of the Legion and the sophistication of her propagandists to expand and consolidate her power. Independent star systems dot the galaxy, bound together through a patchwork of faster-than-light travel techniques. The wormhole network connects far-flung systems on opposite sides of the galaxy, while networks of ether streams provide more local travel. In between the stars known to Haven are vast swaths of galaxy that can't yet be reached. Some ancient light-speed signals have emerged from nearby unreachable stars that any conversation would take thousands of years. But wormholes can be fickle, and ether streams are countless. Explorers who brave uncharted routes can find awe-inspiring wonders of nature and meet new civilizations. Explorers from elsewhere arrive from time to time. If they're lucky, they don't arrive in the Void Empress's territory. Ooh, it's... Okay. There is some potential here. I'm hyped about this. I'm not gonna lie. This is exciting stuff. We could do something with this. Also, food, because... Alright, we ready? Agents of the Gay Agenda, which is 90% just be gay. Deconstruct heteronormativity over tacos on Tuesday. Like, I actually wrote down the gay agenda. It's Monday, be gay. Tuesday, deconstruct heteronormativity over tacos. Wednesday, be gay. Thursday, practice pronouns. Friday, be gay. Saturday, be fabulous. Sunday's brunch. It's a very, very basic agenda. It's quite nice. That's basically the gay agenda. At least, one version of it I heard. Adventure ideas. Rebel catfolk in an occupied territory are in urgent need of resupply. Can the PC sneak... Ooh, cat people! Cat people! Sorry. All I can think of is Neko Boy. Okay. PCs sneak, con, and flirt their way through the Void Legion space with a cargo ship and keep the feline freedom fighters from failing. Can they get a ship full of refugees back out? Ooh. During a visit to an independent system, a Haven-friendly activist introduces the PCs to a friend who has been questioning their gender and wants to talk about it with people who, while understanding, aren't part of their local circles. Meanwhile, a magic sword is stolen from the museum where they work, or like that would be extraordinarily dangerous in the wrong hands. Can the PCs support their new friend while also retrieving the relic? Alright, that's fun. A little bit of balance. Sorry, today's, I had an entire session of just roleplay today. It was very exciting. The Void Legion's new blockbuster film is about to premiere, and the actors are traveling to an independent, world as part of a tour to wine and dine local influencers. The PC's mission is to discredit the Void Legion's propaganda and disrupt their influence. That sounds intense, and it could be a lot of fun if you have a group that likes roleplay. That could be a lot of fun. Seeking connection. The PCs explore rogue wormholes and dangerous ether currents, and wind up exploring their own relationships and emotions as much as they explore outer space. Adventure ideas. The PCs arrive at a star system full of four-armed geeky cuties and mostly just have a nice time getting to know them. Miscommunications and conflicting feelings spice up the visit, and someone might get challenged to a duel, but the scale is interpersonal and intimate. Use the emotional conflicts from PC's playbook as an inspiration and introduce them to the green cuties who are struggling with the same issues they are. Oh, cute little aliens. A rogue wormhole drops the PCs in a new star system and then collapses behind them. The people of this star system are initially wary or even hostile because it just so happens that a Void Legion scout force has recently been raiding the system, and it's abducted a number of people. The silver lining is that this means that there's probably another path back to known space. As soon as they defeat the Void Legion and rescue all the kidnappees, of course. Shenanigans. Gotta love it. Ooh, a giant space beetle has appeared in contested space and seems to be trying to communicate. As first contact experts, the PCs are called in to try and befriend the new arrival. Of course, they're not the only ones with interest in the visitor, and the way they handle conflict with other interested parties will surely shape the beetle's perception of them and the Haven. Oh, sorry, they're adorable. No. Oh. Meteor, NPCs. Meat Eater Karicha, Caesar. A mantid who studied with the empathic dryads of Rond. Z is an influential figure in the Hive government, whose vision for the Haven is modeled on the eusocial behavior of space bees. Z has a taste for sweets and is always looking for an excuse to bake and share her treats. But the sword on Zer's belt isn't just for show. A dryad lover gave Zer a gift, one of the dryad's many arms, which provided the wood for the sword's frame. It's edged in red laser, the color of her leaves. Aww. Does their vision for Haven match with the PCs? Will Zer be a friend, an enemy, or both? This is gonna be fun. And then there's Tentacula Stronktopus Bloodsea. She, her. A former champion of the Legion. A muscular octopus woman with blue skin and a ruddy vampiric tentacle for hair. I think this is her. I think this is her. Look at that. Look at those muscles, though. Like, oh, God. Sorry. I'm simping over all of them. It's a thing. When the Legion arrived at her world, they came as friends, there to share technology and protect them against a terrible threat from the depths of space. Tenta's family made a pact with the Legion, and when someone in her world rebelled, she fought as a Legion general. Now she sees that she bought into a lie, and the family she trusted had sold out their world, and that the people she hurt were right all along. She's too ashamed to return home, but she helps the people of Haven and independent systems resist the Legion with her knowledge and her Legion tech sword. Oh no, they do not skip Tentacle Day. Of course not. You can't skip Tentacle Day. Sorry. And when the PCs need help navigating Void Legion territory, can she move past her shame and face her past? When the victims of the Void Empress vent their hurt on Tentacula, how do the PCs respond? That's a tricky one. So that's the two Haven ones. Okay, we got one independent. And we got a... Ooh. Countess. We got a Countess in the mix. Okay. Her divine radiance, Ella Varadrine of Crystalia. A religious figure and talk show host from the holy world of Crystalia. Crystalia is said to be the birthplace of sheltering darkness and the nurturing light, and the reverence of these extremes is the foundation for common faith on many worlds. For generations, Crystalia held a reputation for moral courage and authority, but it was silent on the villainy of the Void Legion. Elia recently denounced her own world government for its silence and has begun publishing evidence of Legion atrocities. Evidence that had been sent to Crystalia by those begging for aid and support in surviving the Legion's expansion. She has no sword, only the crystalline regalia of her station as the chosen by the Radiance. Does she invite the PCs into her show to interview them or for them to debate someone else? Do the PCs see the toll her rebellion has taken on her and offer support? Divine Radiance. Okay. Oh. Zephyr Celeste, a non-autonomous spaceship. Zephyr Celeste was built by the Void Legion and experimented in a new tier of artificial intelligence, one sophisticated enough to control the Doomsday weapon they built into her. Fortunately for the rest of the galaxy, they weren't unable to control their creation, and she has just escaped. She's programmed herself never to kill again, and is trying to find a new way to make the galaxy better. She's also very interested in conversations about identity. In particular, she has been questioning the gender she was assigned at birth. Sorry, they spelled birth B-E-R-T-H because, you know, it's birth, it's a ship. I'm sorry. This is my argument against all robots are trans, is if you build a ship and everyone kind of goes with she because that's a ship's AI that is given the title she because ships are she. That's how Earth people refer to ships. And Vibes is a woman, or a female, and Vibes with that femininity, and she kind of grows into herself as a AI and as a ship. She's cis. Like, she was given a gender identity by something else. In her case, humanity's understanding of how vessels work, as opposed to in case of, say, physical sex as observed at birth. But, you know, same difference. She was given a gender identity, and it worked for her. And it vibed. Like, that's oh, sorry. That's an argument I had with someone else on Tumblr once. It was a long time ago. Sorry. But Zephyr Celeste was, you know, that was planned with that. Traxi, Dead Der. Okay. Never used those pronouns before, but they seem conjugatable. Let's see. Dragon sex worker, information broker with contacts in Dozen World. They only accept payments for sex work in secrets, but their information can be had in trade. There is a wingless blue dragon about 8 feet tall with long serpentine torso and a thick tail. Their sword is nimble and envenomed, but it's rare that they needs to draw it given their stature and wide range of friends. When the PCs need intel, what price does Tarxi ask? When word gets out that they know a juicy secret, how long before Tarxi comes to make them an enticing offer? Ooh. Countess Mordella Fang. Ooh, sexy villain. Also very muscly. And also, dang, that dress does not obey the laws of boob physics. That is not how boob physics works. Very sexy, not physically possible. That is not how boob physics works. Just, very sexy, though. Oh, she also has abs, like freaking washboard. Sorry. A pale imperial noblewoman, muscled and scarred. Despite her military prowess, she's mostly renowned for her extravagant parties, typically taking place at unique locations such as the Titan's Graveyard or the Whispering Nebula. These gatherings are where deals are made that reshape alliances on a galactic scale and where scandals unfold to destroy her rivals. In jarring contrast to her elegant and elaborate jackets and gowns, Fang's swords is a jagged blade of bone, white with a reddish tinge. She stole it from deep within an ancient ruin. Yes, absolutely. I mean, also, hi, Bee. Welcome, welcome. Bees, hi. You're here. There are a lot of very, very sexy this is the Countess. She's pretty much evil, and her boob physics do not boob physics properly. Very sexy. Not proper boob physics, but still not proper boob physics. But, yes, agreed. Evil can be very hot. I actually had this debate with my dad about Jeff Sessions, of all people, because Randy Rainbow did this video on him. I was like, actually, he's weirdly cute. My dad was like, oh, that's a point. Magical push-up bras is a possibility. Yeah, my dad was like, he's a slimy bastard. I'm like, yes, but he's an adorable slimy bastard. Evil does not make him less cute. Anyway, she stole the sword from deep within ancient ruins during the pacification of Border World early in her military career, and she refuses to part with it. If the PCs can prove that she's a literal vampire, would that harm her social standing? Can they attend one of her parties and beat her at her own game? Let's see. We got Captain Denise Bycross. She, her. We're doing Thirsty. Okay, Loki, to be fair, is... They're... Evil is... They're going through a redemption arc, okay? Also, just hot. And they should get... There's a lot of things I could say about Loki. And it does not hurt that Tom Hiddleston is freaking very sexy. Okay. Commands the ISS Insatiable, part of her Imperial Void Legion expeditionary force. Her continuing mission is to seek out new life and new civilizations and conquer them in the name of the Empire. Lank and quick, with short blonde hair, Captain Bycross is deadly with her immaculately maintained top-of-the-line Legion laser blade. Per standard Void Legion practice, she doesn't simply blast an enemy starship with her energy cannons. Rather, she leads the boarding party to face the enemy hand-to-hand and take their ship intact. Her career has stagnated, however, because she refuses to wed any of the male admirals. Rumor has it that one of them even began an investigation into her fitness to command under suspicion of sympathizing with subversives. Okay, basically, he's just a fucking... Oh, yes, he also is witty and... Well, yes, Tom Hiddleston is also very witty and personable, which is... that's a thing. True. Just how sympathetic can the subversives persuade her to be? Does she have qualms about what she's done? Does she beat them in a new discovery and show up when the PCs least expect it? And is she actually sympathetic, or is this guy just a freaking, sore loser? Oh, yeah, there's a technical term for it. Butthurt that she rejected him. Like, I feel like the sympathizing with subversives is just, he's butthurt about it. Not that, that she likes girls better and doesn't want to do the whole wedding thing. And then, Names vary widely across the star-crossed galaxy and include sounds never intended for human lips, not to mention names encoded in motion, scent, color, and mathematics. Given the Imperial's dreary and ominous names, given the Haven's vibrant and varied ones. Or give the Imperial dreary or ominous names and give the Haven vibrant and varied ones. Celebrate the full range of possibility, especially when the PCs encounter an unfamiliar culture with a different way of communicating. Choose pronouns suitable for your playbook. Beast pronouns, devoted pronouns, trickster pronouns. There are no wrong answers, only permission to get the original. That's true. You can... Neopronouns are probably expected. Techno Witch. You can use the Nature Witch playbook to play a character who is in tune with technological environments, either instead of or in additional to natural ones. Use the Techno Witch variant on page 67. But check this out. Because I think you missed it. The first part. The Haven Cooperative is a union of 7 star systems with dozens of species and hundreds of cultures. Hundreds of cultures I'll buy. Dozens of species, but we'll go with it. They're united by a shared commitment. Oh, no. There's a bunch of other ones. Let's see. Here we go. They're united by a shared commitment to cooperation and mutual learning. The Haven can serve as the PC's home community, or you can define a smaller community within the Haven, especially if you're interested in exploring conflict within this utopian realm. The antithesis of Haven is the Void Legion, an authoritarian and exploitative power that desires domination of the galaxy. The Empress is popular in the Imperial core, and she uses the might of her legion and the sophistication of her propagandists to expand and consolidate her power. Independent star systems dot the galaxy, bound together through a patchwork of faster-than-light travel techniques. The wormhole network connects far-flung systems on opposite sides of the galaxy, while networks of ether streams provide more local travel. And between the stars known to Haven are vast swaths of the galaxy that can't yet be reached. Some ancient lightspeed signals have emerged from nearby unreachable stars, but any conversation would take thousands of years. But wormholes can be fickle, and ether streams are countless. Explorers who brave uncharted routes can find awe-inspiring wonders of nature and meet new civilizations. Explore from elsewhere arrive from time to time. If they're lucky, they won't arrive in the Void Empress's territory. But yeah, and there's a bunch of NPCs we're going through, and then you popped in. But Mediator Kirikcha uses Zizur. And then we got Tentacula Strunctopus Bloodsea, who is freaking built. Just look at her. I mean, her boobs obey the laws of physics, but just look at those muscles. She is... Oh, and also... Get a load of this gorgeous person right here. That is just... Okay, sorry. Lots of hot women. It's very distracting. I'm trying not to get distracted. And then her Divine Radiance, who is the gender Opal, and then there's Trexie, who uses they, der pronouns. A dragon sex worker and information broker with contacts in a dozen worlds. They only accepts payment for sex work and secrets, but their information can be had in trade. They is a wingless blue dragon, about 8 feet tall with long serpentine torso and a thick tail. Their sword is nimble and envenomed, but it's rare that they needs to draw it given their stature and wide range of friends. And then, of course, you got Countess Mordella Fang. Oh, yeah. I would imagine so. These are just the gorgeousness of, you know. Oh, there's custom moves too. When you undertake a journey across the stars, resolve these prompts in order when you pass through the region described. The PCs resolve these as groups, not individually. If any part of your journey is within the Haven Cooperative, name a friendly person and describe their area of expertise. They will say hello and give you useful information, an opportunity, or a shoulder to cry on. Aw. If any part of your journey is within independent space, roll plus the number of friends you can name who live near the route. Max +3. If you get 10 or more, so with this +3, you're invited to partake in a delightful or useful local social function. 7 to 9, you're asked to fulfill an obligation under local customs. What about this is inconvenient or uncomfortable? In the end, are you glad you participated? 6 or less. No, yeah, this is where it gets, if it's 6 or less, is bad things. But it's not necessarily bad, it's just not the way you expect them to go. Jam is encouraged to make a move that emphasizes the PC's alienation from the local culture, consequences of their previous adventures in the region, or the growing influence of the Void Legion. Ooh, if you cross through Void Legion space, roll a +0, +1 if you have help of someone who has spent years here. +10, you see something that is beautiful or gives you hope. 7 through 9, you receive an unexpected plea for help. 6 or less, the GM is encouraged to make a move that puts someone in immediate danger or foreshadows ominous development. Ooh. Okay, and if you go through a region that is not charted in your navigational records, roll a +0. Just, you don't get any pluses because heck knows what's out there. That's like, no one knows what's out there. There's no way you can get any benefit from that because there's nothing there. You have no pluses. +10, you encounter a natural phenomenon or space creature that brings you to light or helps you. Oh, that's nice. 7 through 9, you become across a wounded space creature or an ominous derelict ship. 6 or less, the GM is encouraged to make a move that disorients the PCs or damages their ship in a way that requires them to find a rare resource to fix it before they can get home. So, we got a whole freaking epic space awesomeness. Also, I have to keep an eye on the time because I do have to go to work. Work is a thing I have to do. One more day of it, and then the week's over, and I can vibe. Yeah, but you know, work's necessary. It is necessary of having things like tea and tasty yogurts and all sorts of other fun things. And rent. Being indoors and having access to internet is nice, you know. So, I gotta work. Besides, it's not that bad. It's actually kind of, I wouldn't say fun exactly, but it's not all that bad. Oh, yes, dice. I haven't bought a set in ages, and but like, random pretty die. But, oh, dice are, yes, trust me, I do want more dice. And backing fun random little Kickstarters on, you know, for, which I have so many of them. Backing Kickstarters that celebrate and empower independent artists to create. Oh, yes, it is and exciting, and they show up, and it's just like, oh, I die, clickety clacks. Yeah, I did procure 2 D20s that were, a friend baked all these cupcakes and put like a D20 on each of them so that you know, and brought them to the party. So you would eat one, and then you get the D20 to take home afterward. But then I had to eat 4 of them and then give 2 of the dice to Sig because he had a gluten allergy, but was like, I want dice. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll eat 4 of the cupcakes and I'll eat 2 and we can each have one of the dice. And then I had another 2 and he got another die. But yeah, those were a fun time. But yeah, that was a good time. The Blue Box Con was quite a time. Cupcakes were very But yes, Agents of the Gay Agenda. I was willing to do that for you. What? We could, I mean, I feel like creating PCs for this is like a thing. Could we like create, we could build, okay, building planets is, we've done a lot of planet building, but like, oh, okay. Oh no, the cupcakes were delicious. Jen is an amazing baker, and not the Jen who hosted us. I made a cheesecake for her because she, you know, hosted all of us at her house, basically. But the other Jen who brought the cupcakes is an amazing baker. Not that the Jen who hosted us isn't an amazing baker per se, it's just not her vibe. She does more like smoothies and stuff. And she made this really yummy salsa, which was delicious. Basically, we went to it was a convention, but they held it at their house, and it was like the coolest. It was awesome sauce. Even though Sig ended up in the emergency room, it was still, at least I'd like to think, it was still fun for him and for me. But it was, you know, there were good times to be had. And we got to see everyone, and I wasn't even the only NB, and it was awesome. And Dune with Hobbs is an experience. And I babble. I could spend 4 hours babbling about how cool this whole convention was because Cupcake Dice, and I got distracted. Whew. Focus. I don't know if that actually helps. But Tentacula, Stronctopus, Bloodsea. Ooh. Actually, though, the Vord... We could do... We could do a thing. We should do a thing. Okay. Plan. Do you guys want to see a planet? Or do we want to map out how we can get more than 12 species on 7 star systems? Because, like, they're very unspecific. Like, if you want a real deal frickin'... Like, the octopus planet is very clearly not part of Haven. Although, Haven... So, here's the question. Haven is just the 7, right? It doesn't, like, take territories as protectorate. That's part of its thing. It just kind of forms alliances. Where the Void Empire actually conquers territory, Haven just kind of builds this alliance network of, you know, people they've helped out because that's what they do. Actually, though, maybe one of the planets on Haven. So, okay, hang on. Here's a thought. Because they don't provide a lot of details. Because I think they're expecting people to do their own, you know. We could keep going and do the lesbian coffee house, but I kind of want to focus on this a little bit. Like, okay. We ready? We could do. I don't know what we could do. We could do a lot of things, but, sorry. Cutesies. Okay, so, oh yeah, 4-arm green cuties. Contested space. Oh, a friend who's questioning their gender and wants to talk about it with people who understand and aren't part of their local circles. Meanwhile, the magic sword, so they have to do the whole sword rescue, retrieve the MacGuffin and also counsel this gender-confused young person at the same time. And it's, angst. Okay. Agents of the Gay Agenda. Rebel Catfolk, right. Ooh, the Rebel Catfolks. Pride Cupcakes! Pride Cupcakes! Yes, Pride Cupcakes are best cupcakes. Especially if you have Pride Dice on them. Oh, I want Pride Dice now. I mean, I have the gender fluid ones, but, like, I could use another set, you know? Maybe... Gender fluid dice are pretty. And then, of course, I made the demi... that one. That flag, right there. I made it out of dice for the server icon is that flag made with dice. It's not a perfect, because you can't do ombre, but... Oh, yes, make Pride Cupcakes for your people. That is an epic. I had a game today, but it wasn't in person. It was over the computer. And it ended up being entirely roleplay with, basically it was entirely roleplay, based. It was basically shipping. The one, PC he hooked up with the one gay kid in town who was, you know, because he was the one gay kid in town. Well, actually, there were three gay guys in this tiny town of less than 1,000 people, and 2 of them were married, and the third was just kind of like, I mean, there might have been more, but there were 3 who were plot relevant. One of whom hooked up with the PC, one of the PCs. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to get. Oh, okay. You like this? All right. Sorry. My charging port's being finicky, so. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to. Oh yeah. You do not need. Yeah, this needs to be, shut down. Sorry, my computer is getting out of place, but yeah, one of them was, he hooked up with it, and then the other was a young woman who was hoping to find marriageable, and the only unmarried guy her age was Amos, the gay kid, so she was also tried to seduce one of the PCs, and he is completely arrow ace because of mechanical reasons, but they did end up cuddling all night, so that was fun. And because he's Warforged. And they had an actually deep discussion about life and the nature of humanity, so that was fun. And then, what else? I think that was mostly the roleplay in the temple scene, and they had the cat fall asleep on this Warforged head because, you know, cats. But yes. Okay. It is pushing 2:45, which means I've been streaming for an hour-ish? Give or take a bit? Exactly 1 hour. Okay. Which I definitely don't object to streaming that long, but also I have to think about getting ready for work. Because could use... Nah, okay. Well, first thing we... Oh, hi! Also, and Bailey's kind of starting to overheat. So, plan is, what if, let's do notes. Let's try something with notes. Because I got a plan with this is a little wonky. So, we're gonna, nope. That one, yes. Then we're gonna go here, and we're gonna do, Thirsty Sword Lesbians. So we got Haven. And then we go there, and then we go... We're going to put 1. Star-crossed, and then... And then we can take notes on all of the settings and create cool new stuff. I don't know what cool new stuff we can create, but first thing we do is Haven, define the 7 star systems. That would be a good thing to do, right? Oh, sorry. Nose is itchy. Define the 7 star systems. Also, there's Rebel Catfolk. Those need, you know... okay, there's the Rebel Catfolk. Rebel Catfolk, which is cool. No. Well, I guess it's called Thirsty Sword. Because I accidentally hit save, so now it's called Thirsty Sword. That's all it's called. It's Thirsty Sword. Not even Thirsty Sword Lesbians. Just Thirsty Sword. I don't know why the sword is thirsty. We'll find out. We got the Rebel Catfolk. Yeah, it's how it goes. Define the 7 star systems. We got the Rebel Catfolk. We got what's her name? Maybe we can have Countess Mordella Fang. I'm gonna then we got Countess Mordella Fang. And her shenanigans. And her shenanigans. Just her shenanigans. She's not the only NPC, but she could, you know, she's fun. And, let me just check. What did the Rebel Catfolk? Is there any information on them? Feline Freedom Fighters. In Void Legion Space. And we know need resupply. We know they need resupply. And void and want to smuggle refugees out. All right. So this gives us a little bit of basis for if I ever do Thirsty Sword Lesbians again, we can totally do that. Also, quick random update, but I think it could be fun. Yes. RelentlessRebels.com, which is the Viking Jewelry, who are awesome. And they make cool Viking jewelry. The code, and there's a secret code for you to get 20% off, which is always nice. It's also in the important link things on the Discord. I believe the code is written out there in the link to Relentless Rebels, and then yes, there's Ko-Fi and other fun stuff. Oh yes, I have a Ko-Fi. DM Lee if you want to, if you have a couple spare bucks. Don't feel obligated. I like coffee, and it's always nice to treat myself, but I don't want to, force you to fund my life. I do have a day job, and it mostly pays the rent. I'm in a pretty good place. Don't feel obligated to help, Unless you have plenty of extra money, then pretty please. But I know a lot of you don't have a lot of extra money, so don't feel obligated. And what else? You could also subscribe, and you should definitely follow the channel, because following the channel is awesome. And if you send 2,000 bits, you can do or 20,000 channel points if you watch all the time. You can choose a Saturday thing, and I don't have any built up, so tomorrow is free game if any of you have a really cool idea. You can suggest it on the Discord also, and I might do it anyway, because, the usual. What else? You guys are all awesome. I really appreciate even just hanging out with me is the bestest. Feel free to join the Discord. I'm going to try to spice it up, and I promise at least one fun meme a day. I don't promise anything else with that. I'm trying to do writing prompts and other discussions of complicated stuff, and I do put links to everything. As I started the new section for links to things seen on stream, I will start posting more links as we go along. There is a link on Thirsty Sword Lesbians, for example, on buying that one. The copy of the PDF if you do not already have a copy, which might be a fun thing to have. But yeah, just links to sources. Sources. Thirsty Sword Lesbians. Yes. That's pretty much it. I should probably get the bots going so I can figure that out. But thank you all for coming. I always appreciate it. Let me know the next time you guys are streaming or want to come on my stream and hang with me, because I would love to have you as a guest. Let's see who's up and about. Okay, we know. Let me check something with Twitch to see if the channel I wanted to raid, because they're it only shows you the top few channels that you're following that are online when you go to set up the raids, and I want to see if the one that he's painting Pride, or they're painting Pride Marines. I think, yeah, it said they was cool. Ramius, that's the one he is on. So hang on. We're gonna raid them because yes, we're painting, is painting stuff Pride flag colors for June. Is basically painting Minnie's Pride flag colors, and it's awesome. So we're gonna go in, say hi, get the vibe. Let's do it. Are we ready? Thank you so much. I will see you guys soon, and all that jazz. Brush for Hire is good, but Pride flag colors. We're doing it. Boom.